Okay.
All right. How you doing, Em?
What's up?
Uh, how you feeling about coming to Australia?
I am?
I believe so. I believe that's the reason we're talking. Let me tell you a little bit about our radio station, Em,
Okay.
just so you know what who you're talking
Oh,
to
this
here.
is this is a radio station?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
We're a national youth radio station. We're a government-run radio station. We cover about the same physical area as about the size of the states, but
right.
obviously there's a lot less people listening because we don't have that many people in Australia. But thanks very much for your time. We really appreciate it. You're going to be heading down to Australia sort of in another couple of months' time, and it's kind of already sort of caused. I mean, as you can imagine, it's caused some controversy. I guess there's people who maybe don't understand your music who are suggesting that you shouldn't be touring here. I was wondering if that sort of thing happens to you a lot when you tour overseas.
When I tour out of the States?
Yeah.
Yeah, London a little bit in Canada. Canada always. Are we on the air?
No, no, no. This is pre-recorded, man. So it's
Oh,
cool.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, Canada always fucks with me when I go over there. Like they always like I don't know, they fuck with us at the border in London. They fuck with us a little bit too.
Yeah.
Um,
How does that sort of make you feel though as an artist in trying to enter those countries? I mean, is it a more difficult thing for you to feel comfortable about approaching a country when you've got to deal with these bureaucracies?
I don't care.
Yeah.
To be honest, you know what? I'm at the point now where I sit back and I think it's funny.
Yeah.
I just laugh at it, man. I mean, what else can I do? I can't get mad at everybody who gets mad at me. There wouldn't be enough of me to go around, you know.
Yeah. What about your personal philosophy with all that kind of stuff? Because you've got, like, I mean, it must be a pretty weird situation from where you sit to be putting out records and feel that vitriol, I guess, from parts of society that you have nothing to do with.
Um, yeah, it's a little weird. It's. I mean, I sit back and I look at it all like people really don't know me. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
People think that they know me from my music, but in all reality, they really don't. Like they don't know what I do every day. They don't know my everyday activities. They don't know how I am at home with my little girl. They have no idea. Do you know what I mean? They only know me from my music, and if not for my music, they wouldn't know me at all. So, I mean, as far as those people are concerned, the people who talk shit about me, um, only whatever they think I am is what I'm going to be to them. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm not going to go out of my way to try to prove them any different because I don't have anything to prove to those people.
Mm.
People that sit back at magazines and tabloids and write their little stories and shit.
Mm.
That's what they do for a living. So I don't care about them. Like if they want to talk shit about me, that's them. That's their career. That's their life, and that's what they have to do. That's their job to talk shit about me. So it doesn't bother me.
Yeah. How different is Slim Shady from Marshall Mathers?
Um, Similar in a lot of ways and different in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What
Like
are
you were
the
talking about my everyday views on life and things like that. Some uh, some are very different from some of my how can I say this? Some of my views that come across in my music aren't exactly the same as they are in real life. Some of them are.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So a lot of my music is a lot of my personal life is reflected through my music, and a lot of the shit is just to get under people's skin,
Mm.
and it's worked so far. You know what I mean? Just like it may be a writer's job or a critic's job to critique me. It's my job to get under their skin and to piss those people off,
Mm.
to make them say things about me, because really, in actuality, the kids understand me and the kids get me. The teenage kids, the young 20s, mid 20s, people in their teens and 20s understand where I'm coming from. They get it.
Yeah. So is it the more outrageous stuff that, I mean, are you saying that you do it more for reaction, or is it?
Yeah, obviously I do. I mean, when I say, you have to. Some of my music, like I said, the song "The Way I Am" is really personal to me. That's kind of my own personal tribulations that I go through, and those are reflected in my music. But songs like I'ma Kill You, like, how ridiculous does it sound for me to say, slut, you think I won't choke no whore till the vocal cords don't work in the throat no more? Obviously, it's irony, man. It's parody. It's what goes on here in America. Some people, there really are sick, psychotic people that think like I rap. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's really people that do that.
It's amazing how people, though, like, take your lyrics out of context, and they'll take what you've just said there out of context.
Always.
Yeah.
Oh.
That must piss you off.
No, it doesn't make me mad. It like I said, it used to make me mad. I just think it's funny now. Like, you know, my songs, if you listen from beginning to end, is almost like stories. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, depending on what the subject matter is that I'm rapping about or whatever, you have to listen to the entire song. You can't take anything out of context, because I may say, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you later on in the song. I may say I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you can't, it's kind of unfair to take it out of text, but like I said, again, you know, people are going to do that, and that's how they make their money, and that's how they make their living, is by taking art and trying to demolish it and pick it apart, because, you know, that's their job. They're critics, so.
It's a funny thing. I was talking to some people around the office this morning before, because I said I was going to interview you today, and I was saying, you know, like, what should I talk to Eminem about? And it's one guy brought up a really interesting point that I thought I'd relay to you, and it was the idea that when somebody does this kind of stuff in songwriting, it's picked apart immediately, and it causes all this controversy. And yet, if you look at a lot of similar sort of modern art forms, I mean, if you particularly look at film, for example, you know, people can do film. Tarantino can do film and do these kinds of, and represent really violent things, and have very violent characters in their films as well. But it gets away as being really well accepted popular art. I mean, do you relate to that? Is that a sensation that you kind of have from where you sit?
I definitely relate to that. I look at it like this: when people ask me about, when people used to ask me, now I kind of just leave it up in the air because it's funny to me. But when people used to ask me about homophobia and all that shit, I used to tell them, I used to say, look, when a guy in a movie plays a racist, does that mean that he's a racist in real life when you see him outside of that film?
Mm.
No, it doesn't. So what makes me so different as playing a persona on a record, or living out a character, or, do you know what I mean, on a record, as opposed to being one in a film?
It's a funny thing.
A lot of my songs are like movies. Like the Kim song, for example. That's almost like a movie that I'm kind of taking you through.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
But it's amazing how you know, so much of the audience, they can, when they see a film, they understand, oh, that's make believe. But when it comes to music, it seems to be for, I guess, I mean, for your immediate audience, they obviously, I guess, understand it. But for the broader audience, they just don't seem to be able to receive that. Right.
I just think that it depends on. It depends on how much you are into hip hop music, and how you know, how deep into it you are, and how you understand it and perceive it, how you follow hip hop. If you follow hip hop, you know, for years artists have been saying, you know, faggot in their lyrics, and bitch, and smack a bitch, and do you know what I mean? For years people have been saying it, but for some reason a white guy comes out saying it and reaches white America, and now it's a problem. It wasn't a problem before. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until those kids in Boston started listening to hip-hop, till the white kids in Boston started to, and their parents started catching on, like, wait a minute, what is my kid listening to? That's when it became a problem. When NWA reached the white America, that's when it became a problem. It wasn't a problem. Straight Outta Compton, I mean, Dope Man wasn't a problem when that song was selling on the streets. As soon as Straight Outta Compton came out and reached the white kids, then it was a problem. Do you know what I mean?
And was it not a problem because it was black kids who were listening to it, and so the white bureaucrats didn't care about it?
America don't care. America don't give a shit if a black kid goes out and suits up